Welcome to John GTV. Oh, and that's right, we are now entering episode 4. Pedals are not for guitars. Episode 4. Let me just I kind of want to address some things. Let me first hold on a second. Let's address a few things. First thing I want to talk about in this episode number 4. What is a pedal? What is a pedal? So after episode number 3, I had a comment from LT. I forgot. I apologize. I don't have it up. I'm kind of unprofessional right now. I'm doing this all off the cuff. But the spirit is moving me right now, so I apologize. But long story short, I read the comment and it didn't read this way, but how I took it is, or how I read it, how I translated it was, yeah, this is nice, man, nice idea and all of that, but can we actually see a pedal? And my response was, what are you talking about? I have been showing you, and as I'm looking down at my setup at El Negro, I'm looking at it like, oh, wait a minute. So, is it the fact that you guys don't consider a pedal because it's not a switch that can be used by foot? And I'm like, oh, wait a minute here. Let's. This is stop. Okay, let me just cut the music off for a second. Let's go ahead and go here because I I because I'm not coming from any kind of school, I don't have any mode of thought. So in my mind, they were always pedals. I was looking at them as pedals, but it hit me that maybe some of you consider because some of you may consider stomp boxes only pedals, and to me, a pedal is just simply something that can alter audio. A stump box is just simply a type of pedal. Now I get it. Maybe uh, the area units aren't necessarily geared towards performance for a guitarist, but at the same time, at the studio level, I would definitely think someone is going to be crafty enough to try and use that and utilize that to make some dope sounds. So I couldn't. So if you are a guitarist and you've never looked at those area effects units as ways to manipulate your sound, I think you may have, kind of missed the mark. I mean, I think those are great and maybe something you should be looking at as a way to manipulate the sound. So with that being said, it kind of brought me to this point of, okay, so what is a pedal? What do you consider a pedal? Is it because it has these switches that are playable by foot? And I understand that a pedal is for someone that doesn't have hands available. So if you are a keyboardist, you want to hit the switch to add that motion to your feel and things of that nature. So in my mind, the area effects units or pedals wouldn't stream towards being user friendly for a performer, but I think in studio, it's definitely a go. And then aside from that, you mean to tell me y'all don't want to take that challenge? I mean, y'all whatever, put on bare feet. I mean, I kind of I'm not really feeling that idea that it's not playable by foot because you can, I mean, take off your shoe and you can hit the button with your toe and jam out. So I'm not really getting that. And as it is, sometimes you have to bend down to turn the knobs to get it to where you want anyway. In between a certain part of the set or whatever, you might have to bend down and turn the knob or whatever. So it's no different with those. So I don't get it, but the way I look at it is, or the way I've been looking at it is, and maybe you may not agree with that, and that's okay. But those that I have been showing on episode 1, 2, and 3, in my mind, they're pedals. If it has audio in and it has effects, that's a pedal. So when you may look at the bass station too and say that's a keyboard, well, I see a pedal with keyboard capabilities. So I guess it just really depends on how you look at things, but I'm not seeing necessarily, I guess, what most people are seeing when it comes to certain gear, and it's no different than like the MPC. It was made to when they designed it, they thought it was going to be made one way, and it turned out another group of people took it and started using it a different way and made it legendary for something that it wasn't even built for. So I mean, I think that's just one of the beauties of gear, and I'm always gonna harp on audio in because audio in is just, I mean, that's just everything for me. But um, so when I look at the Bass Station 2, or I look at the organelle is a pedal. I'm gonna put that on here too as well. But organelle is a pedal. I don't know what you see when you see it. Maybe you see synthesizer, maybe you see a little toy box. I don't know, but I'm seeing a pedal with the ability to play a keyboard. You know, when I see the Bass Station or the monologue, it has audio. Anything that has audio in, it's just. I mean, it depends on how you look at it. It could be a keyboard. It could be a sound module. I mean, the Terrazin. Look, man, this thing is high end quality sound. You can use this as just a straight sound module. Sample it, you know, kick snares and whatever else in between, and make your whole arrangement. Um, so it depends on how you look at things. But enough of the jibber jabber. Welcome to John G TV. I am John G, the El Capitan, and here we have pedals are not for guitars. Episode number 4. I wanted to get that out the way because I wanted to at least explain why you may have been thinking, yeah, it's a nice concept, but hey, can we see a pedal? Well, now I would think this is legitimately what you would consider a pedal. I'm so glad that Eventide put the proper, what I would call proper, um, description of the product by saying effects processor and not guitar processing, because that, I think when you put that word guitar on there, you're locking in and kind of leaving everybody else out, and I kind of feel like that's playing the product short. So when you say effects processing, now it's anything audio, which is the way it should be to me. I mean, that's how I see it anyway. But I want to check this out. So we got the Terrace. All right, so I'll cut it down so I can talk with the music. All right, so this is how it sounds, just dry. And what I'm gonna do is run through the effects first on the Terrace. Check it out. Again, the effects on the Terrace is dope. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna activate the Eventide. Check this out. Alright, I'm feeling that. So now what I'm about to do is I'm gonna cut on this heat. Cause somebody just asked, now again, I apologize. I got your name. Something, fuck it, something. I forgot what your name, but you asked somebody. No, it wasn't that person. It was LT. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm getting symbols and the black and white symbol. I know that much, but I forgot the name. I apologize. I'm professional right now. But he asked if I had to choose between the Eventide and the Heat, which one would I get? First, my response is, why would you do that to me? Why? All right. Okay. Why would you do that? Why would you put me in that box and ask me that question? However, I did say that the Eventide H9 is probably going to give you, I mean, it's ridiculous of what you can do with it in terms of how, with this app, and it has more depth. However, I would not want to have the analog heat either. I'm saying all this, I'm prepping all this because I'm about to turn it on, and I want you to hear what the analog heat does. Even though, first let's go back. Alright, back to the dry signal. I'm gonna stop with the talking. I'm talking too much. I know y'all hate some of y'all hate that. I'm sorry. Here we go. Tito. Check it out. To answer your question, man, listen, at this point, you think, hey, I can't see living life without either one of these. Are you kidding me? This trio right here,